Magic wins. Hello.
Boo, you suck.
Rumble Roar. Hello. Who's winning? We are. We're playing PvP Factorio, and what you may look at on this map is like, why the fuck is it split down the middle? So I thought this was going to start at 11. Then they said it started at 10. Looks like they haven't started yet, and they're still setting up. We got like 3 players at the bottom here. This is going to be played 3v3. This is Carl here. I think Carl's like, these are like the 6 best players on the server. I don't know. Maybe they're not, maybe they're not. I'm just really interested in what the fuck is happening here. I looked at this one other time. Oh fuck, where are my cameras? Why are my cameras fucked? Cameras, hello? The hell? Does it think Discord is still hijacking the cameras? Close Discord? Fucking really? Cool. Oh, there we go. There's one of them back. Is it here? Probably here. So yeah, this, oh, it looks like they're going. They are going. Where's my map? Go back to the map. They built some power. They build some infrastructure. So here's where they, like, if you don't know anything about Factorio, this is a game about building a rocket ship. Well, what about when it's PvP? Well, they have these set things that you need to do, and you feed into the rocket ship science to make the aliens, which the aliens are way down south or way down north. So what you try to do here, it looks like they're trying to set up automation rather quickly, which is fine. And what this team has tried to do is set up earlier. It's like 2 strategies are being like deployed here. Alt, there we go. 2 strategies are being deployed here. They deployed earlier no power, and they have deployed automation, because like these are 2 different ways to mine. So it's harder to set up like this automation, because you need to have power to refine and smelt everything. But it looks like they have 2 different early game strategies, which is like pretty intriguing. Let me fix my cat cam here. But let me know how questions come apart here. If you don't know anything about Factorio, this is a coal deposit. This is a copper deposit, and this over here is an iron deposit. You mine up these things and you turn them into structures and buildings like this. Looks like bottom team is still working on getting automation going, where the top team is like already banging out automation up here. So it's like kind of an interesting difference here of what is happening. Going straight towards automation. I don't know if which team this like benefits, because I don't know the strategies, but it looks like this team is building a mall here. Not really a mall, but like science. So you're going to feed science into making things and researching and making your base better. But yeah, this is like super slick, super cool. You juice up the aliens, you send science into the rocket to juice up the aliens on the other side, and eventually like one team gets worn down. They have a player base of like 50-ish people that play on the regular, and like probably 200 plus in the Discord. So I'm really intrigued to see what they build. They build crazy cool things. Do this automation here. They need to then take all of these iron plates, they take all these iron plates and do something with them. This is their power grid that they're going to like also automate, because you bring coal down here, so you don't have to have somebody fill it in. And bring coal from probably up here. Yeah, it looks like he's doing it manually at this point in time. Come up here, grab some coal, dump it into the power grid. It looks like the top team has like come with some A game here to like set up super early. But bottom team has also set up in a way that is intriguing to me, in that they used like earlier game production tighter as well too. They built tighter, whereas like these aren't built as tightly together. What's good, what's bad, what's average? I don't know. In Factorio, the thing you want to streamline if you're trying to speedrun it is how do you keep yourself from getting run over. Oh, they're missing power here in one of their, they're missing coal to create steam for their steam engine. So one of their steam engines is not producing. I don't know how much power they're using. I can't click on like the power pole. To find out if they're missing out on power, but bottom team's also missing out on power. Bottom team is producing research where top team is not producing any research yet. That's interesting. I don't know what the difference is here. But these are divergent strategies of some of the best players. Here come some of the buggos. This is what you're fighting against. In Factorio, they are called biters. So you need to set these turrets up and put ammo in them to ward off. And as you create more pollution in the base game, it typically will like juice up the biters so that the biters get stronger. They have so much iron being produced. Yeah, this is technically a PvP match. They play it in like a... So the thing is, you can't interact with your opponents because the map has been split. So the way you interact with your opponents is that the biters, the aliens, will come attack from typically the top or the bottom, but they can be all over. This is like the style of the map. In base Factorio, there's no split in the middle here. This is water splitting the middle. This is where everyone spawns in the middle. This is where I'm watching from. So, you build a giant structure to turn all of the raw materials into a rocket ship, and you get off of the planet. And what they have done is morphed the game. Heavily modded. How it's done. I don't know if I can show them how it's done, but I will be playing Factorio again at some point because Factorio announced that they will be having a space expansion, which is super sweet. Here comes some more aliens. They have no protection, so they're taking base damage. He needs to come over and protect, or he needs to put down a turret to protect from that. So these were the bugs. Took some damage, but nothing. You know, it does take away your attention because you're on a path. You have like a build order in mind. Guaranteed? Maybe. I think it's like really interesting to see hugely morphed and hugely modded game that is played in a PvE setting that they have morphed and designed into a PvP setting. I don't know what the difference is here, but one of the things with the bottom team is they're doing research. That's what this is. The red jars here are research, red research. I don't understand the difference of what doing early research is versus doing early production. So this team did early production and is now producing a lot of science. So they will like catch up more and like their divergent paths. Oh, copper's coming in. This is probably on purpose. This has to be on purpose. Oh, they're missing power on half of their copper. That's not good. They will need to change a couple things. Because one of the things here is these machines do not want copper. So this is some strategy, some next level shit. But they will stop producing what takes iron over here. So, Officer's right, don't tell him. Naker, is it time for you to go to bed? So, yeah, there you go, like this. Because now you've like spewed up the belt. They're gonna work on fixing it, I'm sure. But what this splitter here says is put all copper this direction. Okay. Oh, interesting. You're filtering it onto a belt. Oh, that's interesting. No, 8:30. You just have to see out. Yeah, like these are like the 6 best players, or what I've been told is like some of the 6 best players. And they have a grudge match because they've fought a bunch against each other. I don't know their true stats or these other things because I'm not super involved, but I'd love to, I don't know, just cast it up, man. Like at some point they have to tear down all this early automation. At some point you have to tear down all of this to put down more. So one of the things that's different here is they don't have as much to tear down from top base here. You only have this much to tear down when you expand all of your things, because the biggest thing in Factorio, make more stuff. Make a factory to make you more stuff. And that's how you get ahead in Factorio. Just like here, make more stuff. So they have specifically designed 2 through 7. You know, it just, you don't make people cry, okay? People would cry too much. How is this belt getting loaded with? Oh, I see. It's gonna run out of coal. So I don't have coal piped into these. He's gonna come and load this up, I assume. You're gonna come put it here and put some here so that it loads up, so the coal keeps burning. And now we're producing a bunch more stuff. I think one of the things that is intriguing to me is that topside needs to use its materials more. These materials are backing up. So you've overproduced how much you need to make. That's good in a sense, but it's also bad because you want to be using everything you're producing as quickly as possible. Uh-oh, he's gonna die. Just put up a turret or something. Anyways, so like you want to be using as much as you're producing. Overproduction is fine of basic materials like this, but you're bottlenecking yourself and you could have greater throughput. Like if we look here, this belt is full of materials waiting to be produced on. So these 2, 4, 6, 8 things here could be producing more, and you could be having more labs. So there's this like interesting growth function in Factorio where you just want to like make more stuff, and they've done this right here by making more green cards here, and green cards being inserted. So you like make copper wire to make a green card, which is fused with an iron plate, which then you put the green card into here, and now you can have your automation doing things, and then you're creating your pipeline, right? We're pipelining here. We're out of coal again. Yeah, whoever is doing coal needs to like figure it out. Okay, they are figuring it out. Got it. I see. Now they have fully automated coal. They were taking a minute to step away to fully automate coal here. Got it. But the lights turned off a little bit. Let's check on the bottom base here. The bottom base has a tighter build. Top base has like super interesting strategy where they don't have to go and rebuild everything. They're just continuing to mash on to like what they're building, right? So all of their throughput goes down one line, and it's like a tight build, where this is more of like how I build a factory. This looks like how I build a factory. Oh, let's build some more stuff. Let's build a giant array of production. And then like this array right here is not being used. All this iron that's being produced here, not used. So one of the interesting functions that you could do to be more efficient here is you want every plate, iron plate that's being produced to be used like right upon being produced. And then the thing that produces, you want it to be used as quickly as possible. You don't want to have this huge backlog of materials so that you have these like bursts of like, oh no, I'm out of this, or oh no, I need more of that. What's interesting here is they've covered the whole iron patch, which is good. But they do need to go back and clean up all of this iron production at some point. So looks like more biters are coming in, but they're going to go straight into the turrets, which is fine. At some point, these turrets will not do enough damage to kill. Check back in at top base. So this top base construction is like very, very tight, right? They knew that they needed one line of copper. Got me on commentary like top team struggling with cold. They're gonna need to hit that. Yeah, I'm trying to be a caster as well too, right? If I could break into casting, that'd be great. I love casting stuff. I love seeing like esoteric things like this. This was brought forward to me by a viewer of Hydrochronics. Haven't seen him in a bit in chat, but maybe he's still lurking and doing his thing. He's currently unavailable to like chat me up about this match due to how time zones work. This was going to be on Saturday, but it got moved to Sunday, and then got moved to 10 a.m. But look how tight this construction is here. This is just like so clean of a construction. I would like to see like if they do some more sciencing on this and make this tight loop of construction. Because what's happening here for me is that we're backing up on resources. We're not utilizing all of our resources. Like this belt needs to go somewhere else and produce stuff. So that's like an interesting thing here. 10:38, yes. So it started like 38 minutes ago, but they didn't quite get started exactly on time. I thought it was going to start at 11, and I also thought it was going to start yesterday. So, but I love to see that this is like a well knit, well thought out plan of what we're going to do. I love to see this. This is just more of a classic, we build Factorio in big lines, right? We just make big arrays of stuff, which is fine, and it probably works just fine. But having, in PvP like this, having a small, fine edge will hopefully, if you don't fuck up too badly, will create like your advantage, right? Like, what is the advantage that you're trying to get? And how are you grinding your fine edges in this game? Because at like the high levels of play of anything, okay, they're starting to use their iron plates and turn them into steel. So steel production has begun on the bottom team. I don't know why I can't see this. Oh, there you go. Has steel production begun on top? No. Excuse me. So yeah, like where are the fine edges? Where can, oh, they redid their power as well too. They put their power top left here. Looks like they're going to start production, but they have some like military tech over here. We have some more bullets being produced. That's what these are, along with gear wheels here. 2 in the afternoon. Good day, good day. So let's see here. Like, I think there are some efficiencies here, because this bottom half of this array here of this copper is just not being used. It's just not being used. When the belt is full like this for copper, it's just, I don't know, it's just not being used. It's interesting. They have copper plates in them. Throw a Skyrim PvP mode. There you go. I got a PvP against this like coffee right here. Hold on, give me a sec. Oh, got him. So one of the things that this player is doing is putting down a bunch, this is basically a wall. So one of the things is that the biters will attack these things, but they'll try to like go in them. So they've like put down a wall of stuff. No wall on the bottom side yet. It's a coffee on coffee crime. Watch out. Watch out. He's coming and collecting up all the resources that aren't being like used so he can create stuff, because each person in Factorio can create stuff in their pocket as if they are a little factory, right? This is how you bootstrap yourself. Oh yeah, I was also going to work on cat cam. Hold on a sec. Cat cam got fucked and I don't know why. Does this every time. Cat cam. Cat cam. We readjust. Readjust. The important things. You all understand. Let's put cat there, me here, I guess. couple adjustments, minor adjustments. So yeah, these like giant arrays, oh, they're being attacked. So more aliens are coming in. Well, locals actually, because the aliens are the people who have landed on this planet and who are now exploiting it for its resources. They put up this giant wall of like, fuck off. It's turning nighttime. This is like day 1. So in Factorio, you have a day-night cycle. And this is important because if you have solar, you have to have batteries to preserve the solar power overnight. So that's like a small thing that can be changed. Okay, they've got some red military tech going on here. He's taking down the original wall. They have grenades coming out as well too, so they've shifted this. It's interesting, they're reusing some of their infrastructure. This used to be producing guns, right? This like magazine. In storage here you can see 12 magazines, 10 grenades, 1 gear wheel. So this is like a very like tight build that they have here, where I believe bottom team is just like, let's just produce big shit, just make big giant arrays of stuff. I think one of the things to like think about is that every time you get distracted by, oh, I have to go take care of this, or oh, I have to go take care of that, that takes you off the main path of how your build was going to go or be. So every time you have to, I think you have to like reset context as well too, and be like, oh, where was I? Oh, what was I doing? Harness power from them, because then you can set up solar power. So we think, yeah, there you go. You can set up solar on. So one of the things is that I believe the moon is locked to facing the Earth due to how gravity works. So if you could put solar on the side of if a planet is locked to facing a sun, right, and it's always day on that side of the planet, like, boom, solar. One of the things that the bottom has not opted for is changing where their starting location of power was. Whereas this team has relocated all of its power over here. It's like we have mirrored starting positions. Top team as well has built a huge wall. We had mentioned this earlier. They built a huge wall up here. Clutch checking in on the wall. Okay, they have mined up all this. At some point, they will have to leave their initial starting zone. So if we look at the resources further out, like what resources are there further out, and what can we do? Here comes a biter attack at the bottom. This is still fine? Uh-oh. Okay, that was a grenade, the explosion. So one of the things is you will eventually mine out everything. In the starting area, or you will want more resources. Uh-oh. Has grenades. Okay, he's good. So one of the things to look at the top left here that we haven't looked at all that much. How are they doing up here? Oh, they feed in just a little bit. Eventually get... Yeah, it slows them down. This type of walling slows them down because they'll either attack the front here, or they... Ooh, it was out of bullets. Well, that's good that he showed up. Good job, Clutch. Coming in clutch. Oh yeah, they're attacking the wall. So this is like the thing, is that you will have to balance how many defenses you need versus how much macro. So your macro versus your military. So they need probably some more turrets at some point. We're also being attacked here. A bunch of biter bodies piling up. So need to tech it up. What else is happening here? See a giant array of, what is this? Military tech along with grenades. Like silver jar is military tech. So bottom team is just like, yeah, let's make big shit. Let's just do it. Make big stuff. Which is great. Looks like they need more iron though. Looks like the iron belt is not making its way all the way down. It kind of is. But they will need more and more and more. They have booted up stone production as well too. Turn this into bricks. I don't know what that's used for, but we'll see. Yeah, keep making stuff. The biggest thing in Factorio is just make more stuff. If you're like stuck on something, make more stuff. Arlendax, what I like most about Factoria are the energy consumption statistics and graph, trying to find the exact amount of solar panels. For me, I don't even look at it. I just make big, giant, hulking arrays of stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I ran out of power, time to make 10x more. Like, I love also the like fine, you know, making things like as perfectly as perfect as possible. Like look at this build here. They just reused a bunch of this build, and they have this like double belt, half copper, half iron, and this like build here that has been like so tightly produced for the early game. So I love this as well too. You can have these fine micro optimizations, and you can also have this big clompy stomping like macro level, just like slamming in huge arrays. So we look at bottom team's just like, yeah, make big arrays of stuff. Like so there are two different strategies being deployed here, right? Giant main belt array, like just honking big production. And then up here, they made this tight interwoven, I think they're not, are they producing enough stuff? Because we don't have enough green science here. Feels like they're not producing enough stuff. Maybe they are. You're short on like green here. You're kind of just a little short on green. I don't know what happened, if like they need to go back and look at this, but like you're short on green science here. Like that's just a fact. And one of the things is Rune Bogler fed science to Team South's biters. So this is how the game ends, is you make the biters scarier by feeding science into the rocket. And yeah. But yeah, the day-night cycle on getting your arrays to have more power. Like, they're getting hugely swarmed here. This is not good. This is actually real bad. Okay, he has grenades and stuff, and he's gonna juke them, but like, this is actually really bad. The Team South right now, the threat is 2,000 here. If we see this number on the top left corner, threat 2,000. So they're about to get overwhelmed. They need to figure it out. Oh, juking. Throwing grenades. Oh man, look at this guy go. Oh, don't die. Don't do it. Okay, good. 2 hit points. Uh-oh. So they went big in here, and I don't know how they reduce the threat. I assume reducing the threat is like annihilating enemies, right? But here comes this like giant wave. I don't know what this is. Tend to delay my runs just because I get stuck looking at the graphs too long. Like, it's so cool to like optimize, like watching the best players. Who's the Finnish guy? There's the Finnish guy, and then there's anti-elites. Maybe anti-elites is also Finnish. I forget his name. Why am I like blanking on his name? The like speedrunner that's like the Finnish guy. He's Nephrums and anti-elites, like making the speed run 100%, like 4-hour run of Factorio. God, watching them like work is just like incredible. And they have like within 20 or 30 minutes, they have like bots up or something. I haven't seen a run recently. And then you make millions of cards. So yeah, you can have like fine detailed builds like this one up top here. And you can also, on top of this, oh, they're feeding more science. So the threat is up at, 2,400 right now. But just now they're like, oh shit, we got to build a wall. So I feel that like top team is ahead right now. This makes me feel like top team is ahead, as they've also lost. Because like fed 73 flasks in. Right now they just need to protect, right? Like look how much is coming in. And then when you get distracted like this, you're like, oh shit, and then you have to context reset. What was I building? What got destroyed? Blah, blah, blah. You're like you're deviating off your main path. This is what makes the like PvP interesting. So as soon as you deviate your opponents off their main path, now you're trying to grind your fine, like you're ahead. How do you get more ahead? How do you stay ahead? How do you win this? How do you crush them, right? Like how do you like leverage this, that they're behind? Because 2 of their players have to constantly go deal with bugs coming at them. How do you get ahead more? Like one of the things that you should look at probably is going and building like an array out like a little further to get more resources, right? Your next iron patch is out here though, so that's like kind of a pain. So yeah, how like I think the top team has set themselves ahead a little bit. Oh, he's picking up and cleaning up from their initial what they were making. But like, how do they like stay ahead? How do they keep this lead that they've currently had? Also not sure why Team South had 4 players for a brief moment. Okay, there we go. If I click this, oh, I can look at how much research they have. Got it. But yeah, Team South, the bottom team has not put anything into juicing up biters. We have some pipes being put out, some pipes being laid over here so that they can start oil. So bottom team is going to start oil production. What's happening over here? They're juicing up the biters even more. Rune Boggler has like put in more science. So I think like they're all in on just like oppressing their opponents. Because look at this. Like this game may be over. This may be too much. Like they're not ready for this. Your health points are not like spinning back up. When you're out of stuff, you have like a gun, but like here comes more. Here comes problems. You're having problems on the top side as well too, because this thing's has no power. They're out of power. Wait a second, their whole base is out of power? Why are they out of power? Uh-oh. They're like out of power. What happened? They don't have enough power to feed their things. You need to cut off power to this main section here so that you can have power back. Uh-oh. Like something they built too big and are building too much stuff, and they do not have enough power, so they're falling even further behind. Okay, they have power back. Power's back. That's good. But they have a threat of 2,500 to deal with. Topside is going to have a threat of 2K to deal with, but they've basically been like untouched. And how do they make their lead even more, right? Not sure, but like bottom team feels like it's falling behind. All these resources you've dug up and you've invested in having these things are now being whittled away. This is like attrition, right? This is like this slow attrition of like your attention, your resources you've dug up, things you need to put back down. Where was I? What was I doing? Oh no, like crisis management. And top team's just like, yeah, we're good. We're going to keep doing exactly what we're doing and not even be distracted. It's not even a problem. So like interesting strategies are being deployed here. They put the wall back, but like maybe put, I don't know, something to shoot something. So these hit points that they're putting out here, it's 200 health every time he sets down a building, basically. Is a way to delay. So maybe they stabilize, because like they've been able to restabilize. It looks like Rune Boggler's going out here to set up oil production. This is mirroring what the bottom has. They will make similar facilities to get oil production coming in. But like that was like really interesting. Look how big these attacks are. Oh my gosh. Carl, do something. Carl, help your bots out. Oh, flamethrower. That's good. That's like really good, because this is getting scary. Good job, Carl. Oh my goodness. Spooky though. But it looks like they have like potentially stabilized, and even the threat to the top team is now above the threat to the bottom team. I don't know what this means, but ooh, that's a bad attack angle. They do not have a wall over here. Carl, get him. Get him, Carl. Throwing grenades. You need to turn power back on. Turn power back on, Carl. Yep, there you go, my man. All right, here we go. Let's check top team up. Top team is unprepared a little bit. Now that they didn't realize their threat number is at 3K. Who are we rooting for? Us. We're having fun. You're rooting for me being a caster and giving good insight, because like look at it. Okay, so everyone's distracted now both teams need to invest in their own like infrastructure to take care of this shit. Looks like threat goes down every time you annihilate a pack of aliens. Yeah, annihilating packs of aliens to keep the threat down. Both sides may have stabilized. You protect your business over here with some. But yeah, I don't know who exactly we're rooting for, but it's so interesting. I'm still like, I'm still staring at this construction here. I'm loving this, and then they've also fed in other science, because we have gray science being fed in. Where's the gray science coming from? Are they just hand feeding it in? They must be hand feeding it in. So I don't see a belt, right? So they just must be dumping it in by hand, which is not great, but probably put it in a box to the left here and have it feed in, because their gray science is being produced here. It's being put into a box. So yeah, this is one of the things that's problematic of such a tight build like this, is now you need to manually carry this up to the top here. Top has more threat here. Let's take a look. Let's go find. He's putting back down some wall or some grenades. So every time, but yeah, every time you get distracted from what you were doing, you have to recontextualize and be like, oh, where was I? Oh, what was I doing? Oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? Oh, what got destroyed, right? So like when Carl put back down the power pole, that's actually like very important to paying attention of like, oh, what's this? They have flamethrowers up now, so they're probably pretty safe on the bottom side. Top side has a bunch of bugs coming in. I think this goes okay for them, but it is going to start to be problematic. Chrono is running over, dropping the grenades. I do like that they put down the radar so that people can watch, and also so they can watch, right? Radar goes both directions, so the spectators can watch, and so yeah, what do you put down over here? Because like you don't want them just banging on the wall the whole time. Ooh, see auto respawn. Where's my boy Chrono? He didn't have good juking. How long does it take for a person to respawn? Okay, that's not that long. That is bad, but it's not that long. So you can just run over, pick up your body, pick up all your stuff. It'd be worse if he was further away, but you also have to have someone come back over. Flame turret soon? Yeah. Arlandex, are you a PvP Factorio enthusiast? There are no guns over here. Who's closest? Walrus will come get him. It seems like you understand what's happening here, or have dropped by to see the shenanigans. Maybe you know some more history you can share with us, because like my understanding is these two teams have played against each other a bunch. Carl fed more science, so we're up 3k threat each. Evolution's higher on the bottom side, but here comes more problems. Oh, I like this design. Just to drop by. It's like really interesting, especially because this match is supposed to go like an hour or two, so I wanted to cover it. I'm a big Factorio player. I think I have like 2k hours in it or something, which is not even that big. Like when we say we have 2k hours in a game, people are like, nah, you just started to play. Just like in Slay the Spire, I have like 1,000-1,500 hours, and it's like, oh, I just started to play. I assume these players have like 10k. Michigan versus Ohio, yeah, maybe. It feels to me like the game is stalled out a little bit. Like I don't know where the game goes next. Like, can someone go create an outpost that does something like interesting, or do you have to continue to stay in the main base here? The main base will eventually, it won't run out of materials, but you're just not getting enough from it. So there's 1.2 million ore here, but you can only mine up ore at a certain cadence, right? So one of the things that I would try to think about is like, how do we keep these belts clean and empty so we can use as much ore as possible? Because if we look here, this belt is full. This one's not even mining anything right now. It's just sitting here. The other problem with this one too is that it will mine up coal occasionally. So that's like not great. So like you can't get 1.2 million ore in an hour, right? You're stacked out on how much ore you can like pull up. So whenever any of these belts are stopped, that means like these front miners aren't pulling up anything. You could be pulling up and using more iron. So here's like the efficiencies. Haven't even reached 300 hours yet. So long as you're enjoying, man, like, so like Clutch also knows that this is happening, it looks like, because Clutch has come in here and built out the arrays more. So this is the problem with building an array like this to start, is now you've like committed to this, and probably should have like, I don't know. Can we build this at the bottom first? Can we invert the build here? Just like looking at it, I kind of want to invert this build so that you can build more stuff out the top and feed it all back into the things. Can we like I feel like we could invert this and have like a better outcomes, but like I'm sure these players know like way more than I do. I don't know jack shit. I've never played PvP Factorio. I've just played base game, and I've played some mods. I've played what is the one where you start on an island? C block, I think is what it's called. That was a crazy mod. I did not launch a rocket in C block, that's for sure. Holy shit. Where you just start in the middle of the sea. What are you doing, Bugs? What's going on? Gathering, okay. They've broken through? Not quite. Oh, they have flamethrowers here. Flamethrowers? No flamethrowers from top team. So bottom team, I think, is defending better at this point because the flamethrowers are just like handling it. But the increasing size of all the attacks is like getting spooky because he's even sitting here spending his time building up the wall. You're defending as Terran against the Zerg. So if you've never played Factorio, Apollo Nick, the map is usually not split in half with water, and you build your base to make science so that the other teams, the other teams' buggos are attacking them more and things like that. We've been. How much progress did you make in Subnautica last night? I found the final zone. I need to go back to the Degassi base because I did not pick something up in the Degassi base because I'm an idiot. I was like, where's an orange key? I'm never going to find this thing. And someone in chat was like, oh, you have to go back to the Degassi base because if you finished the Degassi storyline and didn't have the orange key, it's like somewhere in one of the Degassi bases. So, yeah, I have, okay, they do have flamethrowers up. This goes way better. So like you should dedicate one person. This is like when Apollo, Nick, and I, when we play 3v3 in DRG, and it's like, well, Coffee Traveler, you can't play 3v3 in Deep Rock Galactic. They need, yeah, this is a problem. The guns are running out of ammo too. You have 3 guns firing, 2 guns firing. He's gonna run over here. Like Clutch is gonna be here at some point, but like we need to put some flamethrowers down over here. We need to pipe in some oil. So yeah, anytime these lines are backed up or stopped, like this one right here is stopped, like mining. They're doing actually like a really good job here, but this one is stopped mining. They're trying to compress the belts here. This is a belt compression technique to make the belts as you know, tight as possible in moving iron. And I kind of like this as well too, is that you have them all feeding into each other, but you need to take this third belt as well and go and use it. This is like a good efficiency thing because like 1, 2, 3, 4 are not doing anything. This one's barely doing anything. Are there any other ones that are not running? This one's not running. Oh, this one's actually play strong. So this one will never get you anything. This one's actually play strong because it's outputting onto a power pole here. And these little things can like fuck up your build as well too. So maybe leaving some overhead and some elasticity in your build for fuck ups like this is like good, because when you have screw ups like this, you'll never find it. This team will never find that this one's out of place and never go back and fix it because they've already in their mind done the thing that they need to do to set up all their iron production. So you need to probably leave some elasticity in the system, some overhead, so that you can make mistakes. Anyways, I was saying something about DRG and Apollo Nick and like flaming him. Just pretend it was funny. Ha 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 ha. Streamer funny. So funny. The yellow LED should be brighter. Just onto the power pole. So this one will never produce anything. So you're missing out on like however wide this is. I forget what this is, like 2x6. Apollo would have heard the joke, but he's probably 3 caves over and can't hear you. Yeah. Okay. Savage. He wouldn't hear me anyways. We're bad at communicating because I wouldn't say anything in the fucking first place because I'm bad at communicating with my partners in DRG. I'm also bad at communicating with Rumble Roar in Slay the Spire. Yeah, exactly, huh? What? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What, my boys, oh, he's laying pipe. Okay, I was like, can we get some pipe over here? Yeah, flamethrower. Okay, good. Because we got flamethrowers. Bottom base set up flamethrowers way earlier. Top base has some higher threats to deal with. That 4K threat here. Yeah. But at some point, like, what is the next breakthrough? Like, what science tech are we going for? To have like a breakthrough. Both sides are creating walls, which is interesting. So the match is going to continue. Gosh, dude, they like maul down walls. Holy, they just like rum. It's basically like one of your players is just defending, it seems. There's a choke point. Yeah, exactly. I wonder if you like, what if you leave like a hole or a gap in your wall? Is that good? Like building solid walls like this, like you do want to have part of it solid, but what if you built it so that it's like spread out a little bit so they have ways to get in rather than a solid wall? It's probably too much because you're thinking about this or you're thinking about that or you have too many things going on. The flames lighting everything on fire here. This is like a much better defense. You don't have to worry about it as much. But I basically think one person is going to be sitting here going, let me handle that. Let me handle that. Let me handle that. What was the last thing that happened at Subnautica last night? I found an area that sets me on fire. As soon as you walk into it, you're on fire. It was destroying my sea moth, and I was not happy about it. I also found a tree. Does that tell you where I'm at? I have 3 parts of the rocket built. I need to find kyanite. Blue crystally stuff. What color was the zone? Kind of red after you leave the tree and go further down. It's past 900. It's beyond 900. Does that narrow it down? Man, these like swarms get bigger and bigger and bigger. Treat yourself with some Skyrim, my man. It's Sunday. Yeah, these swarms are huge. So this is what they're using the brick for. I was like, what are we using this brick for? And I figured it out. Using the brick for all of the production of wall here, like all of this wall production. I also haven't played the game in a hot minute. Yeah, I'm getting close-ish to the end. That's correct. I found the graveyard. Does that make sense? Graveyard? I was going to call it a museum, but the alien graveyard, and I found out what the teleporters are. The like teleporting guys. They're robots, and they will murder you, and they have designed to murder you. Yeah, and I went in behind a waterfall and I found a teleporter. Except for that teleporter's not active because I didn't find the other teleporter. I don't know. Anyways, I've been playing Subnautica. If y'all want to see the playthrough of Subnautica, it's going to be on YouTube or highlighted on the channel. So depending on when you're watching this video or whoever's seeing this. We play fun games. If you like other water games, you know, you play C Block in Factorio, which is like very difficult, not fun. Final base for my first playthrough next to the skull. Yeah. I might make my base down there. I might just drive down there. I'm gonna drive my Cyclops down there. Where's Cyclops in? It looks like the top side has a much higher threat to deal with. The threat has like dwindled down for bottom team. So I'm surprised also at how many people are sitting here spectating. These are all the spectators. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We have 18 people spectating here. 8 viewers in my chat. Me as part of that 18. Like I'm sure other people, like, there's somebody else casting this as well too. What's my YouTube? YouTube. And below the channel. Oh, the bot is asleep. So if you go to the about, you can go ahead and click it. Or if you're in the Discord, Magic Wins, you can go to the YouTube notification section and click there. It's probably unfindable because like I'm getting like, I don't know, 50 views a video or whatever. So I'm just like tiny like streamer / content creator. Oh, the sound effects are so good. Get burned on, buggos. Get burned on. They also made all the textures super high res. Like Factorio devs love this game. One of the things that you may not know, my man, appreciate you. Ori and the Blind Forest is currently being released. I need to release some more stuff on there, but I also need to talk to Apollo Nick about YouTube management because he had mentioned it offhand. So, oof, that is a lot of buggos. And there's one flame turret. Come on, flame turret, you got this. You got this. It's trying. Oh, there's a big buggo too. Big biter. Yeah, the big boys are coming out. One flame turret doing its best. I'm trying. Ugh. Oh, he's trying. Uh-oh, topside. What you got, boys? Oh, they also know it's dangerous. You put down some guns. Pick them back up. Guns, come with me. Yeah, pick it back up. The bot is not awake. What if I do this? Does this wake up the bot? Coffee. Nope. Temer set up the bot, so I have no idea what to do with the bot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Minuscule setbacks, as someone in the chat that's watching here in game. There's freebiterbattles.org, I believe, is their website, so you can find out more about it. But they have heavily modded the base game of Factorio into this. And you just load up the client. You can use the base client to load in. You don't have to have any mod pack. Like, the game is just like this, and it's all done server side. Oh yeah, bugs, get them. Get him. Walross, you got this. So I think one of your players should like never be dedicated to fighting things. Like, one of your players should just be dedicated to like building shit. Like, who's your like architect? Rune Boggler just fed South Team. So South Team has increased threat because you're feeding all of your science into the buggos. And you're trying to like make this balance of like, how much defense do I have, how much like offense do I have, how much am I feeding into science, and also when do we feed into science, because like here come the attacks, because we're at like 5k again, over 5k, but I think they're good. Like, I think this is fine. One of the things I saw is that the biters were going directly for the like radar dish that they had over here. They had a radar dish sitting here that got destroyed. So using like a radar dish to sculpt and mold how the waves like attack you like could be a thing. I don't actually know, but that would be like really interesting to see. These buggos aren't at 50%, so there aren't spawning big buggos because like big biters. It's one of the things we saw on topside because they have 50% evolution. Like this, there's this big bug, this big biter, this blue one. It has so many hit points. Where you at? Can I click on you? Can I? Sir. 75 hit points compared to... Oh, the other ones have 75. Maybe it has more armor. No, 375. Yeah. 375. That one bug is like 5 bugs. Get him. Get him. Get him. There was a minor break-in down here. Let's just like throw it back up. Good job, Walrus. Get them. I think it's easier to put down all of these stone furnaces, even though they have less hit points than the wall. Like, the stone furnaces just like, they just slap. And again, like, these ones aren't running here. You have 3 of these that are not running, so interesting. We are using, well, not on this line so much. We are using a lot of the iron. So that's good. Good to see. Good to see it not backing up too much. You want to use all your resources, not have it backing up. Someone made a mod for Factorio that's like, okay, calm down, Satan. The mod for Factorio was, if a material makes it to the end of the belt, it falls off the belt and onto the ground. It's like, calm down, Satan, calm down. The person designed it. It's, military science flasks. So threat 6K. We got. Oh, they're like very well defended. So there was like some early pressure on bottom team, but they have defended. I feel like we're not like, what's the next? Like, we've stalled the game. What's the next like jump? Because like top team, I don't know how they leverage their advantage by attacking the bottom team early. But now we have like stalled out. Both teams are at like 53%. So we should be seeing blue bugs here. Sorry. Oh, 56. Whoa. Because Carl fed 700 into North team. So as you evolve the bugs, they just are harder to deal with. Maybe new spawns haven't happened yet. A big spitter was spotted far away from South team. Okay. What is this? What are you? Medium spitter. Oh, you doing your best over here, buddy? Yeah, you're doing your best. You'll get there eventually one day. You're good. You're good, right? Wait, what? Oh, I'm getting some more trees. I've run out of wood for power poles or other things. The 6K threat, 7K threat coming in. This big spitter is going to be bad news. A big biter? No, it's called big spitter. What is our next evolution, our next jump? What are we playing for? Like, I don't... Yeah, here we go. Chrono's doing it. He built this outpost of more oil, which is good. It's like one of your he's laying pipe. Oh, he's the driller of the team. Finish my task now. Nice stream. See you all later. Have a great time. Press that follow button if you'd like to see me. I'm online all the time. Thanks for being you, and thanks for being here. Yeah, more expansion as well too. But like, how do we utilize more resources? Like, I want to see somebody come out here and like take more resources, because it seems like we're capped on like what people can do. The other thing is they're not automatically feeding the science in, and I think they're not even just producing enough science, right? This could be much higher production. You could have like 4 or 5 more of these producing science for you. As we check the bottom side, where's their gray science? Ooh boy, look at this gray science just going. And they have more production than they can use as well too. Walls? Nah, just about. They're doing good. They have like 3 times. They have like what, 12, 8, 16, 20. They have like 20 facilities producing gray science. They're like a much larger production than top team here. I feel like top team is falling behind. Oh, here we go. Thank you. He's dropping copper on the ground, which is fine. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Nobody saw it, nobody saw it. Ooh, that's a big threat. So many big spitters here. That's gonna start to be a problem. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they did the same thing. They're expanding their oil. Laying pipe, but Rune Boggler, the driller of the team. There's a car here too. No, it's a rock. Looks like a car though. Walrus fed more science. Yeah, I feel like bottom team is about to like feed all this gray science. Like, look at this. They have banked 70 right now. A bunch of their stuff got destroyed from the biter attack that just happened. But like, if we could take these resources here and do something with them, like I'm feeling like we've stalled the game and I don't understand like what's next. Okay, Clutch is building something. What's next? Engines. All right, he's building engines. Like, did top team think they were gonna win the early rush just right then and there against bottom team? No, big spitters are spawning for the bottom team. Carl's here, the man, the myth, the legend. He's got the moves. He's just cool guys don't look at explosions. My man. They've banked like 200 science. Just big chillin'. Yeah, I feel like bottom team is like producing a lot more stuff. So much more stuff. You got to deal with this problem. Oil being one of the most efficient ways to do it because the oil reserves never run out. They just tick down. Carl feeding in all the science. Yep. Did he pick up all of it? No, he only picked up some of it. So they're holding back like 250 gray science right now. I feel like the bottom team's slowly running away with this game due to their like better production. Even though they are not using like all their iron here and some other stuff, like I feel like their production is just banging. Why is the music so spooky, Factorio? Like, what's happening here? I also assume you throw down science into the biters in big chunks, right? You just grab a huge chunk and you do a burst. Oh wow, that's like a lot because we're at evolution 60, right? This is how I see that there are going to be problems for top team as they're stalling out here, because bottom team just made giant arrays and made big stuff as their plan, it seemed. Why aren't the flamethrowers doing anything? Carl, you don't do any damage to it? Oh, you do 1, 1, 1. Oh no. Are we out of oil? Pull more down. That's funny. Oh, they were out of crude oil. That's why the flamethrowers were turned off, because their production of oil has gone down. See, these have yield like 800. These have ticked down to yield a much lower yield. Again, I don't think these ever run out of resources, but I'm liking to see this, that we're producing more copper here. What I don't like to see though is like these backed up lines here. This copper here has never been used. Like, right? Like you have half a line of copper here that's not being used for anything. So why are we producing more copper when we're not using the current copper we're using? I don't know. But seems weird. So like there's just this like, we had a good plan. Oh, we're not using this iron as well too. Like this iron patch went unused. Same with like this team not using this iron patch. They chose to build over it. So just in favor of like building giant arrays. It's like, oh, it only has 200 iron. My thought here though is that you could utilize this iron and you could shift to the right because you have so much space to build in here with no resources on it. Maybe this gets used later or something like that. I'm not sure. Because again, I'm not an expert. But top team is like, ooh, falling behind. Oh wait, why are there bugs coming from exactly this angle? That's interesting. So I don't know where our next breakthrough is, but like one of the things that's a problem is that north side is sitting here at like this high evolution, and they're like, the bugs have so many hit points. They have so much armor. That's gonna be a problem. Get him, Ross. Get him. Something died out here? I don't know. So here's like the biter base up here. We can't see it currently, but yeah, this is a problem. Chrono fed military into South Team's biters. Their biters still aren't all that scary, right? Like, these are just tier 1, tier 2 biters, it looks like. North could build solid fuel. I don't know what that would get them. Smiling NASA taking a small break here, it looks like. This game has been going like what? How long have I been streaming? An hour? It was going slightly before this because they had some setup, so maybe it just needs to step away. What are we building here? Still just banking copper. There we go. Now we're banking copper here. That's what I like to see. Now we're talking. Now we're starting to use our copper like more efficiently and not just letting it back up. Love that. Love that. Yeah, okay, good. I don't know what they're banking it for, but at least it's like being used for something. Yeah, oh, God, so many hit points. So one of the biggest problems here and the attrition that is happening is that every time you have to destroy hit points of biters, you have to use resources, and resources are limited. Your time, your energy, your effort, your focus, your everything. It's a limited resource. So now you have to come back up here and fix the wall, because one more attack on this will, you know, break through the wall, probably. Maybe not. 2 more attacks. So this is like the interesting thing about PvP Factorio is that every time you get distracted, you're off your golden path of the build you wanted to do. Oh, I need more iron. Oh, I need more copper. This is what happens in the base game. And in this game, it's like, oh, they just did this or they just did that. They just, you know, juiced up our biters. We're going to be under attack by a whole bunch of shit. These are big and scary. These have 375 hit points. It's a lot of hit points. Clutch is at least here to like throw grenades at them. Like fend it off and put some more wall down. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, one of your people should just be dedicated to just building stuff. My man's building engines. They have tier 2 like production here. I don't know how much copper this takes, but banking copper seems okay. Like, I like this way of banking it. This seems fine. Bank it, start using it. He's brought coal up. That seems good. Yep. They have their full power plant over here. They have all of their stone, all of their resources mining. Let's check out the resources for bottom team. Bottom team actually did some cleanup here. Does he notice that this one is not running? He does not. It's fine. You'll never notice. Like, as a player, you're like, ah, it's already handled. One of the things is I think this got built 1 too high. Yeah, that's not true. It's interesting is you could have more on this line, but these are also not running, so. Let's take a look at this attack. Okay, the attacks are getting slightly stronger, but for some reason there's a difference in attacks from top to bottom. Top side is getting attacked with like giant bugs like this. Bottom side's getting attacked with kind of mediocre, kind of whatever. Kinda, you know, this, kinda, you know, that, whatever. We got the cat even repositioning over here. What's up, baby? What time is it? She might want lunch soon. It's 11:30. Gotta say hi to the cat, right? You know what I'm saying? Talk to your animals, be involved, give them that good life. Okay, walrus is here. Yeah, these like just don't seem any strong. Completed mining productivity 1. Okay, that seems good. I don't know who completed it, but somebody did. What are they working on? We can look at the 2 teams here, right? They're working on refined flammables, so you can have more damage. It's going like very slowly. What are they missing? Some things. Click this, click this. Steel axe. I don't know what you need the steel axe for, but research it, bud. Mining productivity 2. Other things. And maybe they're setting up for more science down here. Yeah, you can use grenades on these. Maybe grenades are too costly to use on these. Like, maybe. Who's winning? It feels like bottom side has a lead currently. I actually don't know how to like top side is having bigger attacks come in and it's using more of their resources and other things, but like we have stalled out really hard. I don't know when the next breakthrough is. I like seeing this though. This is awesome. All right, go make other bases, get more resources. Resources, good. So I love seeing this. This is my favorite. Make another outpost because like you max out on the resources you can use here, right? Now you do have to defend and other things, but like I think really like one of your players should be dedicated your architect. Like maybe like that's like untenable because people have to go work on this, go work on that, go hit this thing, go hit that thing, go build this, go build that. So maybe it's untenable to have a person like a person as your architect and the other two people will deal with problems as they come up, but like one person should be like your architect here. Like Rune Boggler is architecting this out is what I'm saying. He's making like red circuits here, which is a fairly advanced technology in the game. I think he's going to try to build for like like the next science, blue science, because we're going to build some engines and some other stuff. Is this going to build? It's not set to anything. 5 on Carl's because his name's bottom team. I think bottom team is ahead right now. They staved off the early attack, the early aggression from top team. But yeah, look, you can draw in more resources. The thing in Factorio is these belts don't require any power, so you can just like do a long belt to bring in more stone, right? Because like, oh, we need more stone. It's like, oh, okay. I do like their belt compression here. So they just use big macro building of things, like big macro building of things, because they have like 3x the like gray science production. So they have 20 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have like 2.3 times the production of this gray science. And this gray science is something you can use to increase the threat upon your opponent. Yeah, every single time that you have an attack, like that's a distraction. Like not just like the resources that you have to like use, like you have to physically use resources that you've painstakingly like pulled up out of the ground, but you get distracted. Like, do we need both people here like working on this? Like maybe, I don't know, but yeah, have one person dedicated as your like builder. Let's see what Walrus is up to. Which like Rune Boggler is like doing this now. I don't know like what took so long for this, but yeah. We have like stabilized in a weird way. Biters are coming this way. We're scouting. Top team has 60. I thought I was going to tick over. Come on, 69% evolution. Going to tick over at some point. One of your oil facilities got destroyed. So yeah, right now the top team's going to deal with even more attacks. More streamlined, I would say, more macro, big macro. This is like delicate and fine and intricate, right? This is like an intricate, we specifically place these things here. This is just like big clumpy, make big arrays of things where you just clump down the stamp of like, oh, I make this stamp, make this stamp, make, you have options. This leaves open options of how to do things. This is a very specific, tight build here on the top team. Like this build is very, very specific to the fact that they split a belt of copper plates and iron plates. You almost never see this in the base game. I've never made a belt like this in the base game in my 2K hours played or something like that. It's like, this is an intricate, finely tuned machine. This is giant factory. We make giant things. We make giant factory. Just make big things. Stamp, 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 stamp. The other thing that top team did, bottom team did not do, was make room. They like built their wall all the way out here, which they should have. Ah, man, actually, can we choke point like here? Like, why are we choke pointing here when we could be choke pointing here? You have to defend like, I don't know, 10x as much space when you could choke point here. Apollo Nick, what's up? What were you saying? I missed it. If you have splash weapons, make a tunnel for that. Yes! Yeah, you want a choke point here. I see it. I see it. But like, yeah, like, I don't understand. But they did make themselves more space to like build out here. One of the things is they left the top team left this iron patch open to be used for iron and aren't using it. I'm kind of disappointed here to see that this is not being used. Bottom team said fuck that iron patch because they have the same iron patch underneath all of this. Build big, clumpy, make big shit happen. So, oh, they're out of power. Why were they out of power? Oh, they're out of coal. Why are they out of coal? Someone turned their belt. Someone fucked their belt. They're out of power on bottom side. This is like a huge blunder. The belt is turned the wrong way, so this coal should be running along here. Carl, get it. Carl, get it. Get it. And you need to manually feed this, actually. Carl, come back. Carl, come back. You need to manually feed it. You're out of power, my man. You have no power to feed. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Carl. Good, good, good. Yes, put it in. Put it in. Power the system. One of the things is this is refining that is happening. This is turning crude oil into petroleum, and then the petroleum into solid fuel. I don't know what solid fuel does. I forget what it does or what they're going to use it for. So that's like interesting, and I don't see that on top side. So there's like few differences in the game plans. Yeah, here's blue science. They're making blue science up here. Like, let Rune Bogler, let this man cook, okay? So this is like a good plan here, but like, yeah. Oh, here we go. We can see it. Look, it's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's like 20 spaces wide. Oh, here's the thing about Factorio, Apollo Nick. When you pollute, the native population uses that to superpower themselves. They get more and more pissed off and more superpowered as you pollute. So that's like one of the things in the base game that you need to attribute for, and that's why there's evolution and threat, because this is actually in the base game, is evolution and threat based on pollution. In this particular PvP version of it, you have to create threat and evolution by putting science into your opponent's native population. But I don't see any build for late game. Yeah, I'm not. Clutch coming out here for more oil. There's like spaceship rocket parts out here. So oftentimes these aren't played as 3v3. These are played like 20v20. So like people can go build outposts and other shit. But yeah. The planet is dead because the base game of Factorio is you land on planet, must build a rocket ship. What the fuck? Wait a second. Why isn't this copper being used? They didn't come back and reuse this copper patch? I'm very confused by that. So how much copper they have is incredibly limited. Like, maybe they don't need that much copper, but it looks like they're running out of copper plates over here and other things. Maybe, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You also could have one more miner on this. 2 more miners? You could have 2 more miners on this copper patch. So like stacking out your patches, like even stacking this patch out with iron so you could have more iron. I don't know. I just love having like base resources and then expanding from there and having like big macro. They're still booting up their system. Carl, these won't have, oh yeah, because like, yeah, you need to keep it hand loaded. So now once they start producing solid fuel, that you can stop using. Got it. That's what they're doing with the, I see. Interesting. So they're fueling their, okay. They're stopping to use coal to use solid fuel. Seems not great, but sure. I just like, it's so interesting. Like they moved their power production over here and just made big power array. Just make a big power array. It's so good. They kept their original power production, which is like, this is what you start with, which is an interesting choice. But now you've like crammed yourself into this like corner case here. Like, why are we spending so much energy to make solid fuel? Like, I don't understand. Uh-oh. No one's even close as well. Okay, we can withstand probably one more attack. What the fuck are these things? Medium spitter with a shit ton of hit points? Look at those hit points. Holy shit, those are a ton of hit points. What the hell? When you get to 70% evolution, like apparently they just get enormous. This is a boss that has a shield on it. Like, why does it have a shield basically? Like, its base health is not moving at 375. Terrifying. So there's something they're doing on the back end to make giant buggos. Okay, how's he cooking? We've been letting Rune Boggler cook over here. Has he made blue science yet? We're waiting on engines? Because we don't have any steel for engines? Because steel is just rolling in? Where's steel coming from? Where's steel production? Man, steel production has to go a long way. And we're out of fuel for some of our steel? Oh. Have they... Wait. Oh, they fucked up the line here. The line has no coal on it. Oh, no, they have... Oh, I actually understand. Wait, no, I don't understand. These are steel furnaces. These aren't electrical furnaces. How are you fueling these things? Where's the coal that's supposed to be feeding in? All the coal is going into these two boxes. And all your coal is over here. So how are you fueling these? Like manually feeding them? So they've upgraded their furnace so that they have higher output. Because one of the things when you upgrade the furnace from like baseline furnace to steel furnace to electrical furnace is that you get better output from it. But I don't see how these are being fueled because they're running out of fuel. This is why your steel production is like crap. Like how are you? Clutch, tell me you fix this. Oh no, you're manually feeding it? Oh no. Oh, this takes so much time. Oh, you had this elegant build here early game and you're coming through and you're manually feeding these because there's no room for coal in here. There's gotta be room for coal. Like, oh no. You have coal production here being shunted all into one line and you're actually maxing out your coal production here. So you're using all of your coal already. Oh, I see, you're boxing it here. You're boxing your excess coal here. I guess that's a thing. And then feed it back into a thing. That's fine. But you do have these producing at all times, so you never run out of coal. I like this. This is actually a good adaptation. Typically, you don't want things to back up, but like one of the things you can do here is like this, is that if it does back up, it will put it in a box. It'll put it in another box so these boxes don't fill up, and then it'll output it onto the line, so you will never run out of coal. This is actually a huge adaptation because running out of coal means your power turns off. Because power over here is fueled on coal for the top team. Down here, they're fueling it on solid fuel now, maybe? Yeah, they're working on fueling it on solid fuel so that they can... I wonder if they retrofit their whole thing with solid fuel. What's this? This is fine. Rune Boggler, you've been cooking over here, my man. What are we cooking? Oh, God. We're producing solid fuel and we're doing more power. Okay. Okay. You've been cooking though, but oh, we are creating blue science. Okay, so top team has a breakthrough. Top team has created blue science. What has bottom team done with their time? Are they just stacking? Where is it? Where's their gray science being stacked? They're stacking gray science here for like 200. So we're back to like, I don't know what the edge is. I don't know what blue science gets top team. Top team can like research things. Refined flammables, advanced oil production, military more, red belts. We're moving up to red belts. They're getting a railway. They're getting advanced material processing for electrical furnaces and purple science. What are we doing on bottom team? Bottom team, what you got? Not researching anything. Why? 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 Why are we not researching? See, this is the thing. You need to have like a key architect, right? Like you're in charge of science. You're in charge of researching stuff. That's it. That's what you do. I'm sure somebody is, right? But like you get set off the golden path. Like right here, gotta come deal with this. Also you're oh, that's funny. The line of stone that was made is getting just annihilated. Yeah. What are the rules around overlapping flamethrowers? Asks somebody in the game chat. That is a great question. I don't know, because like you can just build as many defenses as you want, so you have to have some rules around how many defenses you can build at a time. Which if there are rules about how many you can build at a time, like there's a lot of flamethrowers here. We're still stacking blue science. We're not stacking blue science. You can't, like, you need to be able to feed this all the way back to here. So they built too tightly here. And now they have to go manually feed stuff like this. You have to manually feed it. It's pain. Taking someone's time and attention away from like playing the game where they have to go like manually feed these things. Yeah, I don't know. Letting Rune Boggler cook down here though has made this like giant array good. My problem here, oh, they did come by and clean this up. Like expand on top of this and have more science production. And then put it back. Aren't the biters just gonna eat that shit up? So note they do need the extra stone though. The stone production quarry, they'll need it at some point because you need to put walls out so that the biters don't annihilate you. But yeah, building all the way out to this choke point is like fucking key. Oh, here we go. Hell yeah, look at this. Go get more resources. I didn't know that lag causing was the reason it is prohibited on the normal Biterbattles server. Okay, so you can build whatever you want in this 3v3, but in like the normal server, it'll lag people out to have too many overlapping stiff. Look at this big spitter. He's big chillin', he's so hot right now. So hot right now. Rune Boggler, you're still cooking? Still cooking? They have started production on sulfur, which will go into... it's going into blue science. Got it. That's how blue science is like being produced. Got it. I assume red cards will be the choke point here at some point. So this is like a huge difference, is that top side has blue science now. And bottom side is not even researching anything. I don't know why that is, or what the conversation is happening here on why they're waiting or what they're doing to yeah, bottom side is actually, you're running into power problems because you're not producing enough solid fuel. Carl just fed 1,000 more science. So Carl, like their thought is they just keep feeding science and hopefully win from there. Because those biters are getting closer and closer. I don't know what happened with this coal, but they're bringing the coal train. Coal train has not arrived yet, and it looks like it got broke here a couple times. Maybe not. But they do need more coal. Yeah, this biter base has expanded quite a bit due to the like 75% evolution and 8k threat. So yeah, not good. Wait, what? Oh, the biter got in here? Interesting. Still manually feeding these and things, and some of them are shutting off. Like, you need to go put a full inventory of coal. Like this one. It says 1,000 coal in it. And where is it? This one. These have a bunch of coal in it. So stack these to the rafters so you come back every, like, what, 3 minutes? Set a timer for 3 minutes or whatever. And then you can just come back to it rather than, like... So the bugs attacking the bottom team are, like, stalled out greatly because they're expanding their tech and they're going for blue tech, right? But the bugs, like, the bottom team is just continuing to hammer home the like, threat. So, not sure. Sticklord died. What? Oh, Sticklord is somebody watching. I understand. Completed research, military 3. This is top team. Top team is the only one doing any research. I don't know why bottom team is not stacking out even all their lower tier research. You should just like stack out this lower tier research while you're waiting. They don't even have sulfur processing. Like, I feel like something's gone wrong here for bottom team. Maybe I'm wrong. It's picking up fish. Interesting. Don't know what that does. There you go. Walrus finally researching some more things. They've been not researching anything for the longest time. And you should just stack out all your research here. Like, yeah, even mining productivity, right? Like, oh, Clutch is picking things up. That's why the X shows up. Whenever you pick something up, the X shows up on the map. I thought something was dying. So we've created a massive array here. Oh. Excuse me, my boy ran out to get some more oil. Lay in some more pipe. You do not want to run out of oil on this, because oil is your main. These yields have plenty of yields. These have yields. These yields have gone down quite a bit. These have plenty. This should be... Upstoyer, how are you? Why is my stream manager, like, not working? It did not show me that follow. Welcome, though. Welcome. I'm going to reload my thing here. Arlendex also followed 36 minutes ago. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate y'all being here. This is my like second time checking out the PvP Factorio. It's like really, really interesting. God, I have like 2k hours in Factorio long ago, and they've announced to the yes, they don't attack pipes, so you can go lay pipes further out, and they don't attack pipes, but they will attack. Oh, maybe they don't attack this, or maybe the attack hasn't come in. Main south server. No survive, so I gave up. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know like what the next breakthrough is, but like top team here has blue science up, so that's like really interesting. And bottom team like lost out on like research time. Like their queue is like gonna be backed up, where top team is like, let's take top team research. They have logistics, red logistics coming up, railway, other things. They've never stopped researching, it looks like. They also have queued up some like blue research. One of the problems I have with topside's base though, they have to come manually feed this array. And like, it's constantly down, and you're constantly screwing up your production, I feel, by having it like kind of piddly, like whatever. Like, you're out, like, sure you have enough steel here, sure. But, like, having somebody to have to come over every, like, what, 3 minutes? And, like, do the thing, like, load it up? Ugh, God. You can just break off your coal right here and feed coal into this whole thing. They had such a cool build too. Like this portion, this early game build that they had was incredible, and I was so impressed. I'm so impressed by this build. This build is absolutely awesome. They have a split line of plates and copper, but then you have this later. It's like maybe they played out the early game, was like, game will be over early game, no problem. We won't have to build anything else. But like now, we have this like jank happening, like such jank. The other thing I don't like that both teams haven't done, they built giant walls here. Why build a giant wall here when you can build tiny wall over here? Like build tiny wall over here. It's like 20 bricks wide. Build tiny wall over here and you still have to protect this front, like sure, but like they did it. They protected the front. Why do we have such a big wall here when you could have tiny wall? I don't know if there's some rule against it or something, but these are like the two main differences. Bottom team has been just mass feeding into the top team spiders. So they're at 77% evolution and they're 8k threat. Bottom team is at 56. You can barely see the base down here. 56 and 5k threat, 5,500 threat. Like, look at the biters here. They're not even that bad. There's not that many of them. And then there was an attack. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, there's so many big bugs. They're just chewing up the base. So it's entropy or whatever. One of the things I like that top team has done, Rune Boggler is just big chillin' building. He's big chillin' building. See, look, and they squirm their way up here, and then you have to defend God knows where, when you could just defend this little tiny gap. Anyways, these bugs have so many health, so much health, just like. And then Rune Boggler has to be taken away from what he's doing. They can quickly run over to protect. Sure, but then you make 2 or 3 layers of it. So if you defend here at this choke point, or even at this choke point, you can make layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, and then you never have to go look at it until the layer is gone. You make multiple layers that is the same cost as this. Like this cost here costs the same as making layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, layer 5. You can have multiple layers of defense along this avenue, because they only have 2 flamethrowers or 4 flamethrowers protected this. So like, why don't we just do layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and when it gets to layer like 4 over here, oh, somebody goes and handles it. But you don't have to go handle it every time. You're being distracted. You're all over the place. Oh, what was I doing? What was I doing? Like, and then you try to recontextualize and go back to what you were doing. And like, that's one of the biggest problems I find in my own Factorio playthroughs, Subnautica, Dave the Diver, any of the games I played, even Brotato, which I mostly play. Yeah, like these are my big qualms with games like this, is that you get like slightly distracted and you have to recontextualize. Approves my pull request and we'll be able to see which team completed research and chat log. Oh, cool. People are working on the build. So yeah, like that's like these little refinements that can be done. Like one of the things that I like here is that they're like, fuck this iron patch. We're making a big array. We're never going to use this iron patch. I love that. Whereas top team was like, we're going to use this iron patch, but then we're not going to use this iron patch. I have like a problem with that, right? In terms of early game builds, I don't have a problem with like mistakes happening or other things, right? Like there's a mistake here that happened where like they built a, where is it? It's this one. No, it's this one. They built a power pole right here. And this one's never outputting any iron, but like they have enough, you know, building here, because you could build like 1, 2 here. They didn't use their copper. Like, why is their copper array here never used? Now, if you use your time instead of picking up all this stuff to go do something else, sure. Like you just abandon this node, right? And be like, we'll get copper elsewhere, which they seem to be doing okay. But I don't know. It feels like top team's going for this like huge macro play. It's like really interesting. I don't know what the right amount is, or I don't know like what the right thing to do is here or whatnot. Like, don't know like how you could like pipe in all these resources here, or pipe in these resources here. You build a little land bridge all the way across and then you just pipe that in, because maybe the buggos don't run across the land bridge because it's too small. Or maybe you're not allowed to build with land in this particular setting. I don't know the full rules, but yeah, like I do not like giant. So bottom team chose to like make a smaller area to defend, which is great. That's fine, no problem. But top team made this like big area to defend. Well, you just like put this over here. Anyways, we've been harping enough on that. What do we got going? What do we got building? We got blue science. They got 100 sitting back. They got plenty sitting here. What is this? I don't understand. They're still manually feeding gray science and blue science into this. I'm not a big fan of that. So like they can make their build a little bit more elegant and a little bit different here so that you don't have to manually feed stuff. Like manually feeding stuff is a huge pain. Like half your array is offline. And then on top of this, you're not using all of your iron, right? All of your iron is backing up here. So they have utilized the second patch of iron better than like bottom team has, but bottom team's like, yeah, whatever, fuck that. We don't need that iron. So I don't know like bottom team's plan for the long term. They're building up more defenses and I'm not sure why. But yeah. Where do we go from here? Who's winning? What are we doing next? Like, I do like this. This I love because the biters get lost. They don't attack the walls that are here. Like, why wasn't this being done earlier? This I love. Okay, I love this. This makes defense like a lot easier. Because like building a solid wall, they'll just attack whatever's in front of them, right? Let's take a look at science that's like being produced by top team because they have blue. So they're about to have advanced material processing and then purple science. Not sure what purple science gives them, but this will be done shortly. They have half of a steel axe like research. Tool belt expands your inventory. Man, I love tool belt and other things. So there's been like an interesting like resource distribution. They have gone out and collected nodes here. Yeah. I don't know why they did this. Interesting solid fuel is going to be burned. Like, why are we burning solid fuel? What did this get us? It seems like it just got you behind rather than just go grab coal over here. Why Chrono making weird wall? Like, the wall is like good. It's actually good. The wall doesn't get attacked like immediately. So, wait, Chrono's making a weird wall up top? Oh, it's so that if you get attacked, they have to filter through? No. So you can walk through? I don't know. Maybe they're worried about this 80% threat and 7,000 threat here. 80% evolution, 7,000 threat. Not sure. But Runeboggler's still cooking. He's still making stuff. What are they short on? They're short on... whatever's on this top belt they're short on? So making rail and electric furnaces, and they're trying to do production modules, but they're short on steel. They have to be short on steel, would be my guess. No, steel's here. What feeds this belt? Production modules being produced. What feeds else onto this belt? Wait, what the fuck? I don't understand what they're short on for science. It's whatever's on this belt. They're short on whatever is the other half of this belt. Oh, their red cards aren't being fed in. Someone made a mistake here in how this is set up. The red cards are not being fed in because this thing says filter all. Yep. The red cards aren't being fed in. That's what happened. So this is like a minor mistake that someone needs to like figure out when they come back to check blue. My man, Runebugger. My man, come back. My man, Corbin, my man. Corbin. No, your red cards are not being used. So it's like so hard to see visually as you're playing the game as well too. It's like you have to go and debug like, oh no, why? So you make this like one, wait, why is it like this though? It's like somehow these got kick-started. Wait, I don't understand what's happening. No, they are short on steel. Oh, okay, so we're actually short on these. The red cards aren't supposed to go over here. Just the production modules. So it's like a rail and an electric furnace and a production module for purple science. Oh, I understand. They're upgrading to purple science over here. Ah, blue science. They just need to swap these to purple science. That's right. Okay, cool. They're still like short on steel over here though. The steel production is very, I don't know, anemic. Oh, it got kick-started because somebody fed all of these furnaces. Stop needing to feed the furnaces, my guys. Why are we building things where we need to feed the furnaces? Okay, what else we got going on? We got crazy wall built, done. Rune boggler. They're also putting production modules on all their shit, so like you can produce more things. What production modules do is they sometimes produce extra of whatever's being produced. We got sweet wall happening. Love that. Speed modules. Yeah, so top team has this like big longer term plan, and I don't know what bottom team's plan is here. Unclear. They have stacked up 1k science here. Do you just bomb this onto the other team? Just go and hope it like works out? Like, I don't understand. But I'm loving this. This I'm loving. And then they also reused their facility here. They used this for blue science for a little bit, and now they reused their whole facility. Cost of speed. So it's finding the right balance between speed versus productivity. For this particular match, I would imagine that productivity is just better. I don't know, because you don't have to produce speed modules at all anyways, because you're producing the productivity modules for this purple science, right? I'm not sure if they need speed or whatever. Typically you just take more space, but on this you will have limited space because you only want to defend so much surface area. Is there like a difference, Upstroyer, is there like a difference in terms of like what's good, what's this, what's that? I'm also seeing Walrus gather fish. I'm not sure what he's gathering fish for because he has 53 of them at this point. And game speed is needed. I'm not sure why you just don't build more. Just build more stuff. Like that's my that's in my brain in Factorio, just build more. So he's up to 100 fish. How deep does this man go on fish? Spying. Okay, I do not know what spying is. Also healing. Oh, okay, yeah, you eat them for your health. So you don't have to wait for your health to just like return. Got it. Chrono sent 1 fish to spy. So you have a box over here with fish or whatever. Oh god, this mode is so cool. I was exposed to this by Hydrochronics. He's in my chat. He watches me play Brotato, and he showed me what this was, and I looked at this like a while ago, and you all had like a 6 or 8 hour big old match, and I don't know that this will go 6 or 8 hours. Maybe it does. I was told it'd be like 3 hours max, but we're in for the long haul at this point. Hydrogen and oxygen, welcome back to the chat. We are watching 3v3 Factorio Biterbattles. The spying, the thing added on the server that gives you temporary vision of, and oh, it turns on the radars. Yeah, no, I love that the way that this is designed as well too, is that it's all done server side. You can load in with the base Factorio client. Like you just load in with the base Factorio client. Yeah, you just load in with base Factorio client and it's all done server side and it's all handled. So when you get to spy on them, like, I don't know what the like optimization here is gonna be, but there's like some optimization that you take from that information. It's spilled too close to the edge. Fighters are like, fuck your radar. This threat looks pretty bad. Also modes and special events, yeah. Yeah, I saw the big event and I was like, whoa. I watched it for about an hour being like, number one, I don't know what's happening, but so fucking cool. And number two, it's like 8 hours. I can't commit to that kind of thing. That's like so much. But coming and casting this game where you have two big powerhouses, oh my god. I'd also cast like a tournament finals. Like, would love to like be involved in the like viewership of this game. Market special event where you sell items for fish and buy items that are quite late. Oh, I like that. That's hilarious. You make fishing. Oh, are they actually annihilating everything as they come by? Yep. Well, rip. I love the sound. Oh, it's so good. Hydrogen auction, have a nice day. We will see you when you fall again from the sky. You know, your rain, the water cycle that we all learned in high school. Thanks for being committed to the bit. It's funny. To note, for me, this has been going for 2 hours and I've been sitting here. I need to grab a coffee. And there's going to be an ad break that runs here. I don't know that a lot of action will be happening, so I'm going to click that ad break, and I'm going to take 3 minutes to stand up and get myself a coffee. I'm going to leave it on this screen rather than my BRB screen, but yeah, I'll be right back. How's my pet doing? She's doing great. She's chilling over there. Susie, she's lovely. I need to get her lunch too at some point. It's like almost 12:30. We'll get her lunch at like 1:30. But yeah, I'm going to run this ad break. I'm going to leave this zoomed in here and we'll be right back. Thanks y'all for being here. Press that follow button if you'd like to and we'll see you on the other side. All right. What I miss? I think I missed. How did Team South's biters like get enormous? I assume they fed in all the blue science. That's a lot of health. And that's not a lot of flame turrets. So it looks like top team is coming out ahead. 12k threat. Bottom team's gonna have to handle that. Yeah, that's a problem. As they have juiced up the health. It looks like it's going to be handled eventually. These extra walls here causing them to run around is coming in clutch. Need to build some more over here. But it filters them in one at a time. So their defenses are very good. Whoever built this wall did a great job. They're out of fuel production. They're out of oil? Oh, that's not good. They need to stop using their oil in this solid fuel production, probably. And just use coal? Like, stop using solid fuel? Because you need to use it for annihilating the buggos? Yeah, you have no crude oil. Well, that's actually a huge problem. Oh, this bug is enormous. Look at this thing. It has so much health. Wait, where is he? Oh, we can't see him because they're out of... They don't have a radar over here. Interesting plan. Well, they've dealt with the threat. Threat back down to 6k, but 84% evolution is a problem. Winners versus everyone is what someone says in chat. Oh god, this bug got in. Oh god, actually, them running out of like flame. This is actually, this is a huge problem. These bugs are gonna be here for I don't know, a hot minute. Oh, you build them in. You may also want to go build this out. These bugs are gonna be here. Streamers versus losers. Wait, what's Neuro saying in the chat? These bugs are you just box them in, I guess. Carl might be AFK getting a small bite to eat. Smiling Lisa feeding the top team's biters, so the threat's up to 13k. Carl, shout, we are still ahead in Evo. Oh. No, you're not? Never mind. No, their Evo went nuts when they dropped in, or they're dropping in purple science now. Your small base is having you fall behind, question mark? Oh no, you actually have blue science being produced sometimes. What are you missing on blue science here? Red cards? You're not producing any red cards because you don't have any... Why are red cards not being produced? Because you don't have any steel? No, blue cards, red cards don't need steel. They need whatever's on... What are we missing? Oh, we're missing plastic. You're not producing enough plastic. These two plastics here are not producing enough. So bottom team is like slipping. I think bottom team will be losing this as they aren't expanding. I did like this, but also along with this, you should have brought iron with you and this copper and whatever. Maybe you have to defend against this whole line here, but like, man, the fact that like no resource nodes have been used beyond the first resource nodes that's wild to me. They're even using this iron here, so they want to have production. They need to have more production. But like, it's wild to me that there is like no extra resource nodes being pulled in, except for bottom team did it with coal and stone. And it's like, oh, okay. This bug is still here, and this bug is still here. They might call it here, because these bugs breaking in is just like, woof. Build around it. They might be talking about calling it, but like, yeah, put a. Yeah, there you go. They just have so many hit points, and this is outside the normal amount. This is why it has like a hit point bar. His hit points aren't falling. So like, I don't know. Maybe they're thinking about calling it, but all this purple science. He's picking up purple science. Clutch, where are you going with this? You throwing it into the... Yep, there you go. Clutch fed flasks into South Team's biters. South Team has a lot of problems. I like their wall defense. So like some of the things to take away, this wall defense is actually incredible. It's actually very good. Filtering them in one by one is like absolutely incredible. This side defense is fine, but needs more flamethrowers. You need to not do this. This thing's cute and all. Oh, did they turn it off? They did turn it off. Nope. It just got turned off because they don't have enough production. Why don't they have enough production of oil? Did this oil get like annihilated? This oil should be like... Yeah, it's bringing it in. Alright, this buggo eventually got destroyed. Once they break your initial line though, it's like a huge problem. Yeah, oh god, they're huge. Look at these guys. Behemoth biters are here. Yeah, GG. Oh, they shout GG. GG, well played, GG, well played. Top team used their advantage to, because they had a really early advantage. This build right here from them, this build was absolutely incredible. They were able to use this build to leverage them into blue science, to leverage them into purple science, to absolutely annihilate here, where bottom team just was like surviving the whole time, I feel. At some point it felt like they got ahead, but yeah. Fed 100 flasks into South Team's biters, yeah. So build more shit. Just build more. I believe they've called GG. And it was a 2-hour session. So just build more stuff. Building stuff good. Also build all the way the fuck out here. And also use more resources. The team that made more resources leveraged for them won, I feel. Whereas like bottom team just boxed themselves in and don't have extra. At the very least, when they built this big ass wall out here, they left themselves this expansion area in which to build this huge thing. And the thing that they also did is that Runeboggler is there to build. Runeboggler built. And that's what's up. I don't know which team is which. I assume this is Clutch up here. Clutch's team has clutched this out. And Carl's team has like called the GG. Yeah, Behemoth Biter, yeah. So build. Some key differences as well too is that the power, they moved their power production from the original point. This is the original starting point of power production. And they moved it over here to have it over here. I don't know if that's good, bad, average, what it is, but it's something. And then they had this like super cool build here from the beginning. I don't like that they have to continue to feed things, like their gray science has to be able to hand feed it into the thing. And then also this array here has to be hand-fed coal, like some guy has to run by. I like this giant array where you just build stuff, but like they slipped when they stopped building giant arrays of stuff and building and pulling in more resources. I feel would have been a way for bottom team to be able to continue to be in this. So I don't know what distracted them or what kept them from doing that, but it's like kind of my takeaway of the whole game. The game was like very interesting. Would love to see it like played out again or played out by different teams. He's doing his best over here. Look at the animation on this thing. What? He's got little arms. Just doing his best. Unsure what they're talking about, but yeah, super sick. Super cool. This guy right here with infinite health, basically. 147. As soon as they started putting purple flasks into who wants to play? No, just spectate, click. I've clicked just spectate. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the usual destruction of a base. Ah, rom, 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 rom. Kill the players, kill the players. Nom nom. There you go. Boom. Game over. GG to Team Clutch with Runeboggler and Chrono on the team. This keeping yourself all this extra space. So good. Here's the whole map. Here's what it looks like up here with all these biters and other things, spawners and whatnot. You don't have time to go annihilate these, I don't think, but yeah. So sick. Walrus with a score of 30k. Why does Walrus have such a... Oh, Defender, Builder, and... Smiling NASA and Chrono built all kinds of things. Clutch with a score of 8k. Defender. Walrus with the big Defender score. They're creating a poll and the map will restart. But yeah, super slick, super cool. I wonder if like you go create a base over here, if you'll ever be attacked by biters. Like sure, there's a small worm over here, but will you ever be attacked by biters if you create something over here? Maybe it's too far away. Like let's look at the rest of the map, right? Like I'm so confused on why we don't come just take all these resources. So cool. North team external oil lost power. Oh. How? Power, 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 power. Power, 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 power. Power pole destroyed right here. This is a missed a power pole here. You can't see that, right? You're missing a power pole here. Like, these are all the things where you're like, oh, I thought I built something. I thought I'm good to go. Like, exploiting more... I think they're going to restart the map at some point. Exploiting more resources to vault yourself into the game while still defending and not, like, being annihilated. Pretty important. This is what this map looks like. Let's see here, press M. I wonder if the map they chose was a specific seed as well too. Are these wooden chests, walls? So I wonder if these are specific maps that are loaded in, because like maybe there's specific maps loaded in at this time. Need 4 more players for another game. So I don't know if they'll play another game. That was a 2-hour-long match. I'm pretty good there. Hi, kitty baby. With the stretching arms. Can I get that on cam? Like, God, she's so cute. Adjust the cam. Gotta adjust the cat cam. Boom. Please vote. You play here 3v3. Yeah, this map looks very different than the last one. It has a different distribution of resources. Like even these small choke points here would be like pretty good, but you have these big wide open choke points. People are not here to play 3v3. Got it. Nobody wants to play. I think that'll wrap it up for our like Factorio PvP-ness. Great game. Good job, Team Clutch. Thanks, Team Carl, for playing. You both did great. I think Team Clutch had a good idea of what was going on, and they lost steam. Yep, Neuro left because no one's here to play. Close this. And I guess we all leave. A bunch of people here. Yeah, because Runebogger's still here, Carl's still here, Walrus is still here. Everyone else has left. And we'll just be signing off. Wit. And now I want to play like just regular Factorio. So no, we'll have to save that for another time. These are the big Factorio cannons that you can build. And you can have your bots reload them with the artillery shells. This is a like exit, it just exits.